you ever said to yourself, I want to start importing from China, but I don't know how to start? Well, this video is for you. So for this video, I'm breaking down China product sourcing for total beginners. Now, a lot of people think that you need thousands and thousands of dollars to start sourcing from China. I used to think the same until I decided, you know what, let me test the process myself. I started with a tight budget, and honestly speaking, that was my biggest advantage. I say this because having a small budget as a beginner in this crazy importation business pushed me to do my research very well. It forced me to negotiate better, and then it kept me disciplined. When I say disciplined, I mean it, because your girl, yeah, she loses focus when she has a not so small budget, okay? Yeah. So welcome back to Mama Coco Vibes, your home of real life, real vibes. In this video, I'm breaking down China product sourcing for total beginners. And I'm about to show you exactly how I did it using 7 steps. Okay, the last step is the most important one. So no gatekeeping. Let's get right into it. Step 1 is researching products. Before you leave your country to China, make sure that you have done a thorough research on whatever it is that you're going there to buy. Good quality.
I'm very sure. You take my card.
Okay. Before I even went to China or even spent a dime, I spent time researching. And let me tell you what I was looking for. I was looking for products with consistent demand. Okay, so it doesn't make sense, or it would be a very big loss if I went all the way to China and bought products that are not in demand, that people do not need. That would be a great loss. I was also looking for products that are lightweight, products that are simple, no complicated electronics. These are things that I was considering as a beginner with a tight budget. It just wouldn't be logical for me to go all the way there to buy products that are heavy and complicated, that will cost me more to ship and bring less profit. So I was researching on products that are lightweight but have high profit margin and cost less to ship. Okay, if you get what I mean. I research products that are in demand, okay? Because what I learned about business is that it's not about what I like or what I want to sell. It's about what the people need. It's about a need. It's about filling a gap, being a solution to a problem. What did I use for my research? Well, I watched whole bunch of YouTube videos. I googled, I watched creators on TikTok talking about China product sourcing, and that was where I was able to get information that is relevant to my situation. Now I would advise you to do your own research, watch a lot of videos and compare, take notes, and choose those information that work for you, because what works for me may not work for you. After doing my research and knowing the products that I needed, I went straight to the second step, which is finding suppliers in China. So to find suppliers in China, I used the 3 most beginner friendly platforms, which are Alibaba, Taobao, and 1688. I downloaded these apps and I was going back and forth with them to check the products that I've already decided on buying. And then I just wanted to have an idea of the pricing, the MOQs, and to just chat with suppliers and, have an overall picture of what exactly I was dealing with. As I was going back and forth on these platforms, I was also messaging multiple suppliers and asking them the exact same questions on a specific product. And guys, let me tell you one important rule. Never message a single supplier. Message as many as possible so that you can compare and contrast. This is because some suppliers, like in my case now, some suppliers were slow to reply, some of them were acting confused, and I just moved to the next, because time is money. So you don't necessarily have to stick or wait patiently for one supplier to respond to you. There are a whole lot of options on these apps. The next step is negotiation. That is step 3. Now let me tell you something. Negotiation is not begging, it's business, and suppliers know it. So they expect you to negotiate on the price. And one of my strongest traits is negotiation. In fact, my contact in China who escorted me on some shoppings was shocked by my negotiation skills. At some point, he was even getting angry. He was like, "Do you want them to give it to you for free?" And I laughed. You must be able to negotiate in China. Oh my god, look at those yummy pastries. I miss China. But yeah, do not accept the first price that they give you. I repeat, do not accept the first price they give you. Even if it's as low, please negotiate. Business is about negotiation. Now, step 4 is quality check. When you are physically sourcing products in China, you have an advantage. This is because you can be able to touch the products, you can be able to compare textures, and you can be able to see every detail on a particular product. Guys, quality control doesn't start when the goods arrive. It starts before you pay. So before I pay for any goods in China, I make sure that I question every single product, and if I felt unsure, I just walk away because there are many options there. Now, step 5 is shipping smart. Guys, this is the step you're gonna lose sleep. In fact, you're gonna cry if you do not do it right. For beginners, I recommend air cargo. This is what I used because remember I said I went for lightweight products? Yeah. Beginners, hope you are listening. If you go for heavy products, you are going to spend more to ship than what you even spend to buy those products. That's why I keep stressing on lightweight products as a beginner. Now, at this level, you need to know the weight of your overall goods. You need to ask your shipping company if taxes are included in the shipping fee, or you're going to be responsible for your tax at the port of entry. Ask them how long will it take for your products to arrive. Ask them if it's a door delivery. Ask these people questions, like ensure that you dot your I's and cross your T's. My friend, please do not assume anything, because shipping confusion is one of the biggest mistakes we beginners make. Shipping has the power to break or make your business, so you have to be very, very clear at this level. Step 6 is receiving the goods and calculating profits. When your goods arrive, inspect every piece, every package. In fact, get a notebook and a pen, do an inventory of all your goods and put them in writing. Now, before you start selling, make sure that you have correctly calculated your profit. Now, how do you calculate profits? You subtract the total expenses from the total revenue. Please sit down and calculate all your expenses on this business, from transportation to the taxes that you paid for the goods, every cent, so that you know if you're making profits or you're losing. Now, if you're unsure on how to calculate profits, please do your research. We are in a stage where information is everywhere. You can literally sit in your house on your phone and learn anything on the internet. Step 7, the most important step and our final step, is starting sales, which is the selling process. At this stage, I'm not focused on aesthetics, which includes custom packaging for the goods, expensive branding, because honestly, they do not guarantee sales at the beginning. Instead, I'm selling through social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, and personal referrals, demonstrating the products instead of branding. This is a simple order to delivery flow. And guys, this system prioritizes fast cash overlook. So it's very easy for me to track what is being sold and what is not being sold and reinvest the profit and repeat the circle. As a beginner making sales, please forget about aesthetics yet. Guys, China sourcing is not magic, it's a process. You're not gonna get rich on your first import, you're gonna get educated. So start small, make smart moves, and reinvest. Guys, one last important thing. Accessing your accounts, your banks, your money in China is a whole ball game. If it's safe for you, I'd advise you to take some cash with you to China. Because most likely your bank cards may not work in China and it's very frustrating. Before you go there, download a very good VPN, download Alipay and WeChat, and make sure that you have multiple options of accessing your money while in China. If this video helped you, kindly like, share, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.